go ahead and get started. Hi, everyone. I'm Monica, and I'm one of the co-creators of Revel 11. Thank you for joining us. I cannot believe it's tomorrow, right? That's August 1st.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So we're well into our Summer of Self-Love series, and I know a lot of you are regulars, and thank you so much for joining us. It feels like we have all become friends through this whole thing, even though some of us have never met in person. It's such an interesting time. Um, Ellen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm really excited for this session. And in preparation, I was reading about Ellen, and Ellen does all kinds of interesting stuff, and including like acupuncture, in addition to the sound healing and other amazing things. She's an author. I read something that you said about being a healer, a little bit uncomfortable with that label as a healer.
Yes.
And I thought it was so interesting because you mentioned that you help set people up to heal themselves. And I think in our culture, we so want to just like make an appointment with a doctor, an acupuncturist, or someone to be healed. But really, so much of what we do is about healing ourselves. So I thought that that was really poignant.
Yes. And, I think the hardest thing in our culture is to realize that we are it. We have the power to change our lives, and nothing happens to us. Everything that happens in our life is for us and not to us. So
Yeah,
I'm just going to jump right off here.
please do.
Just
Thank
jump
you.
right in because we don't have that much time. So good morning, people. Monica, thank you so much for
Thank you.
having me. I am so excited for this. As I was telling Tamra, I've been up since about 5, and I went to the beach, which is one of my sacred places, and really just dialed in about what I can share this morning in the short time we have. So wherever you are, and what's ever going on in your world, what I'd love for you to do right now is put everything aside. Find a place where you can just be. Put your distractions. If you've got a phone, put it off. If there's noise, close a door. Because I really want this to be your sacred time for you. And I encourage all of you to find sacred time for yourself every single day. And it doesn't have to be a half an hour, it can be 10 minutes. I know I have a lot of moms who are my patients, and oh my goodness, their life right now is really, really, really crazy. And I say, okay, find 5 minutes, give me 5 minutes a day. And it's very simple to do. It's really about bringing your intention and your attention to yourself. And Monica and I were having a conversation before y'all came on, and it really got me thinking about why are we marrying self love and sound healing together today? And I thought, wow, sound is love. So I just want you to think about that for a moment. Sound is love. And every sound that we utter is where we happen to be vibrationally. So I know right now a lot's going on in the universe, and it can look like everything is a mess, everything is a disaster, nothing is going right. And I want to give you a different perspective, that I think everything is perfect exactly where you are, and exactly where the universe is, exactly where our country is. It is perfect as the canvas for our self growth, for our evolution in this time. And it is up to each one of us of how we deliver ourselves to ourselves. So, what do I mean by that? Well, we know from science that everything is in relation to one another, to itself and to one another. So, how we vibrate is how we're in relationship to the universe and to ourselves. And if we begin to really love on ourselves, everything in the universe will get better. I promise you. Oh my goodness. I cannot say that enough, because what we know from science is atoms that vibrate at a certain rate affect other atoms. And what are we? We are vibrating atom machines, right? So if our vibration is low, with, say, self judgment, let's say judgment of others, or resentments, or um, things that we think we have failed at, or things that we don't think we're good at, then our vibration is low, and then the atoms are moving slower because lower vibrations move slower. And as we love on ourselves, we speed up that vibration. And as we vibrate higher, we emit a higher vibration out into the universe, and then mass consciousness can rise up. Wow, that's a lot. So take a breath and just bring your hands to your heart for a moment. And I want you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that. And if you don't, that's all right. Just leave them open. And breathe into your heart. Take a nice deep breath in. And without any judgment at all, I want you to just notice, what does it feel like in this moment inside of your heart? Just even notice, does the breath go in or does it not? No judgment, just notice. And now take another breath in. And just notice on this breath, has it changed? And then I want you to take one more deep breath in and just notice. With that new breath, did you notice anything changing? So you have a chat button that you can put answers in. If you would just give me a little shout out, did bringing your attention through your breath into your heart change anything? And Monica's going to monitor that for me. But just give me a little yes, no, maybe, I didn't understand. Just let me know how that was for you. Oh, Natalie, thank you. Breath was deeper and felt more relaxed. Yes. So I want you to notice how in less than 1 minute, you changed your own vibration. Awesome. You were aware of sadness, but a rush of love. Yes. So often we stay away from ourselves by holding our breath, right? Something happens in our life and we take a breath and we don't stop breathing. We just keep chugging along. And I know, I can almost guarantee that every person on this call is a high, ambitious, high achiever. And I know that because I know the founders are both really high, ambitious, high achievers. And I know that our demographics are like us. So for all of you on this call who are amazing people and have so much desire to make a difference in this world, I want to tell you a secret. You are going to achieve far more by starting your day in a sacred way, by bringing your vibration up, and by loving on yourself. Now, I've been in private practice for 30 years, and I cannot tell you the pushback I get when I tell people, and especially women, to love on themselves. Oh my God, you would think that I'm asking them to be the most egotistical person in the world. No, you will not be egotistical when you're really loving on yourself. The people that love themselves the most are the most humble people. And yet, we have this notion somehow, I'm not sure where it came from, that to love ourselves is selfish, is wrong, is egotistical. I don't know where it all came from, but I'm telling you, it is erroneous. And when we love on ourselves, we raise our vibration. So the simple act of stopping and saying, oh my God, I love you. You are amazing, changes your vibration. Just hearing those words right now changed your vibration. And I should have really started and asked you at the very beginning how you were feeling, but all right, I didn't. So right now, just take a little check-in. And I want you to hear yourself speaking to yourself. Are you loving on yourself, or are you in the place of, oh, Ellen, I really would love on myself, but, I screwed this up and I wasn't the best mom yesterday. I lost my cool with my husband and, I just am not feeling it. Or are you in the place of, yeah, I am really digging myself. I am really loving myself, no matter where you are. And I will tell you a secret. Whatever you are seeking in this world, outside of yourself, already exists within you. Now, I know for many years when people would say that to me, I wanted to kill them. I'm from New York and I act out badly, not like people from the Pacific Northwest who are much nicer than I. So I want you to understand that whatever you are seeking, whether it is a better job or a job itself, or you want to be the CEO, or you want to create your own company, whether you want a partner, whether you want to lose 15 pounds or 50 pounds or 100 pounds, it already exists within you. So everything that you think you have to grab from the outside starts inside. So I want you to think of it like an inside-outside job. It really starts with loving on you. So what if you're not in the place where you're loving on yourself? It's all right. It's all right. I want you to do this as an exercise. This week, this day, every day this week, I'd like you to get in front of a mirror, and I'd like you to look in your eyes, and I'd like you to say the following. And Tamara, I'm going to use you since we said hello, so I'm using you as an example. Tamara, you would say, Tamara, I see you. You are amazing, and I love you. And then you're going to listen for all the voices, all the little critters that come up. Oh my God, who do you think you are? What? Look at you. I mean, you've got a zit on your face. You've got wrinkles for days. I don't know, whatever the critters are going to be. I'm really thinking about my face at the moment because I broke out from, I think they were calling it mask acne. And whatever the critters say, I want you to hear them. Do not avoid them. Listen to them and say, I hear you and I love you and you are amazing. I would love you to do it for 20 minutes. I know that's a long time, but you really get at all the critters that are in the way. Then when you're done, write them all down in a journal. and it will tell you the work that you need to do right now. And then put your intention to really love on yourself no matter what is going on in your world. And I will tell you, I've had so many patients over the years tell me, Ellen, I will love myself when? And I always say, no, you won't. Why do I know that? Because I have worked with people who all of us would say, oh my God, you work with that person? They are famous. They are millionaires and even billionaires. And I will tell you, no amount of success, no amount of money will get you to love yourself. And the worst thing that can happen is you achieve everything you thought would bring you happiness and love, and you achieve it, and you get there. And if you haven't done the inner work, and yes, it is possible to create all of those things without doing the inner work. I have seen it so many times. You get there and you don't even enjoy it because you still have all the inner work to do. So please, let me spare you that pain. Let's do the work now, all right? And love on yourself right where you are. I don't care what's going on. You can love yourself right where you are. And as you love on those things that you find unacceptable, like let's love on the extra 15 pounds we have. Honestly, the best diet that you can go on is a diet of love. And let's say you don't yet have the partner that you're so longing for. Please, 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 women, become the most loving partner to yourself. I will tell you, excuse me, that you will draw to you the most loving partner once you love on you. It happens every single time. It is the journey that I was on. I share how to do it with all of my patients, and it works. We start with us. All right, hang on, let me take some water. So, any questions so far? Any questions for me? Because what we're going to go into next is a sound healing. First, we're going to do a little meditation, and then I will do a sound healing. Because the reason why I'm going to do the sound, well, first of all, because I love it, and I love sharing it, and also because it lightens the load, and it helps us to open our hearts to ourselves, and because, as I said in the beginning, sound is love. Now, any questions? Any questions about what I've said? Any questions about sound healing before we get into that? All right, I'm not seeing any questions. I'm not seeing any thoughts. So we're going to move into now the sound healing. Before I do that, it's going to be kind of a funny thing. I'm going to say goodbye. And the reason is this, not that I'm saying goodbye before the sound healing, but what I love for people to do is to be able to sit in the vibration of the sound. And we have many different parts of our mind. And when we go into the sound healing, we drop a little deeper into a different state of our being. And I like you to stay in that state. And if I start talking by saying goodbye, then it brings you out of that state. So, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Revel 11, for having me. I so love what you guys are all about. I love what you're doing. I love all the offerings that you're making for people. It's just beautiful. And please go back to Revel 11's website to see what's upcoming next. I know they're having things going on all summer, so go back to their website, see what's coming up. All right, and before I move on. If there are any people who are super sensitive to sound, I want to encourage you right now to put yourself in what I call an egg-shaped vessel. Because what that does is it gives you a little bit more protection um, from the sound. You will still hear it, but it won't um, frazzle your very sensitive being. We all have different um, um, what's called Wei Qi. Wei Qi in Chinese medicine exists right outside of our skin, and we all have different levels of sensitivity. So if you know that you are sensitive to sound, please right now put yourself in that egg shape, the golden egg shape. You will feel more comfortable. And I'm going to get my bowl, my singing bowl. This particular singing bowl opens up the heart. Now, when we open the heart, we don't get to pick and choose. I wish we could. So sometimes when we open the heart, we can feel some sadness. Sometimes we can feel grief. Sometimes we can feel laughter and giddiness and joy. Sometimes we may feel anger. Just allow for whatever comes. Don't judge it. It's okay. The other thing is that the sound will continue to work with you for the next 24 hours. So please, people, please drink a lot of water. It really helps the flow of energy to move more rapidly, but also a little bit more evenly throughout the day. Sometimes people who are sensitive will notice like a wave of energy moving through them. And in the middle of the day, suddenly they'll find themselves in tears. It's okay. Just let it be, let it flow through you. We only get into trouble when we stop it, when we have a judgment. No, I don't want to feel that. No, it's not good to feel that. If we would allow, like children, all of our emotions to flow through us, I will tell you, we'd be a whole lot better off. And even children sometimes stop their emotions and then they end up having tantrums, right? So if we can flow with our emotions, life will get easier. All right, so the way I do sound healing is that I use my voice. Sometimes I use a singing bowl. Sometimes I use both. Sometimes I use different kinds of instruments. Today I felt that the singing bowl wanted to come join all of us and my voice. So what you will hear is both the singing bowl and my voice together. And we'll see. Intuitively, I never know what's going to happen. So we'll see if the bowl wants to come along for the whole ride or not. We'll just see. So right now, again, bring your attention to your beautiful hearts and take a breath in. And all you have to do as the sound begins is just to allow it. So give me a moment. I always say a little prayer before so that I allow the universe to inform me what is best and most highest for everyone here, for their highest self in this moment. So. for those of you who can stay right in it, I invite you to stay in the sound. And for those of you who have lives to attend to, I encourage you to slowly come out of it, allowing your eyes to open. And allowing yourself to feel how you feel now. And I wish you all a beautiful day. Monica, thank you so much for having me. It has been my joy. Mwah! I wish you all a fantastic day. Thank you so much for being here.